We are on?
Yep.
We're on. I would like to call the meeting of the Tilton Budget Committee to order. It is 7 p.m., November 12th, 2014. Gesundheit, sir.
Excuse me.
Absolutely. Jane Alden will not be here tonight, and Stan Brown is not here. Rest are here. Quorum being present, I call the meeting to order. First order of business, meeting minutes. Please take a look at them, review them. Good morning, come on up. Good morning. Would you like some time, or you can come right up? Have a seat. Have a seat.
Eliza is supposed to be joining me this evening, too.
Okay, we'll wait for Eliza then.
Yeah. She's our, she's not a trustee anymore, but she's our payroll and some handouts.
Thank you.
Isn't there normally another person, too?
Yes.
We're missing two, actually.
Hey, Joey.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you.
Would you like one, too? I would, too. Thank you. Just a summary of our statistics for the past few years. So,
Jenna, not quite yet.
oh, okay, sorry.
That's okay.
I'll make a motion, we accept the minutes as written.
I'll second it.
Discussion.
None.
Okay, hearing no further discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Nay? Not a nay for me, but nay will be said. One of those days, my mind is not working well. Okay, ayes have it. We are scheduled to review the Hall Memorial Library budget for the 2015 year. We are joined by Jenna. Jenna, would you like to come up and join us? Or would you like to sit there?
Nice. Do I need to be near a...
No, you're fine. Wherever you're comfortable.
So... I always get a little stage fright at this point. I'm not ever sure exactly what you all would like to know, but I did include some statistics for you so you can see that our numbers have been going up and that we've been reaching a whole lot of people in the community. If you have any questions about what these topics along the top are, I'm more than happy to answer them. But I think the thing that we're the most proud of at the library are our programming numbers. You can see sort of the peach-colored area that says total programs. This year, so far, we've done 426 programs, and that's brought in about 6,100 people. And so, maybe repeat, but we have a lot of class. And I don't necessarily have all of the numbers and statistics with me, but we are a busy, hopping library. I really wish I could just transport everyone to just today. Today was amazingly busy. We're having our book sale. It was yearly, now it's twice a year, so it's foot traffic. Today we also had our 2 story times in the morning at 10:30 and 11:30, and our craft in the afternoon at 3:30. We also had a Scrabble program at 1, and we are more busy than you could possibly. Everybody, this is Kathy Mitchell. She's on our board of trustees.
Okay. Welcome. Joanne, are you all set with names? Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
So we also don't keep statistics on people who come through the door who use the library as a space. So I can give you numbers on circulation, which is in that first column there. But we have a lot of people who come in and see the library as a safe place to stay, a place to connect with other people. We have a lot of tutoring that goes on in the library. We have a significant number of people who come to the library with their direct service providers, who are out and about in the community, from a number of different agencies. And so we are pretty busy. Oh, hey, everybody, this is Leaf. He
Hi.
is...
Joanna Leaf Martinson? Leaf, we don't hide against Northfield. You can come up front if you'd like. Okay.
Called in the troops. So, this year, if I am correct, we are asking for some additional funds. We want to continue doing outreach to the daycares at the whole child center and the ARC, which is what our children's librarian does. So we're asking for more hours for her. And just because we have so many extra people coming in and extra programs and we're doing the outreach, we have, oh, thank you very much. We have asked for additional time for our circulation clerk to assist with overdues. So,
I think the October calendar, November calendars, are something that people should really look at because it's just astonishing to me
I do actually have both.
how much you are doing
Not enough to share, but each one
every day
pass them around.
and involving teenagers. It's not always an easy task.
That was down there.
We actually have quite a crowd of teenagers. I just kicked a whole bunch of them out this afternoon for being unruly, but normally they're just a good group of fun kids. Sometimes they're loud and that makes me slightly crazy, but they come in and they're enjoyable for the most part, and we've had a whole bunch of them start volunteering for the library. We just had 14 of them lug almost 3,000 out of our basement. Certainly not something I had looked forward to, and they were just so excited. They were so excited. We gave them hot cocoa and pizza at the end, and they hauled books for an hour. I mean, it was pretty exciting. And they are all kids that we've been developing a relationship with for the past couple of years. Brittany has built her young adult program. It's just absolutely fantastic. We've had some donations, and we have a really nice space in the back of, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the library, but in the back of the library towards my office, there's a little space. And we've got some nice tables, and the collection is fantastic. So we're bringing in kids who are readers, and then their friends come with them, and then they're starting to read, and they're also now giving back to our community, so it's really working out well.
We are joined by Eliza Conda. Okay. Thank you. Are you ready for some questions?
Yes.
All righty. Sorry about my voice. It's been that way for four weeks now. Doctors continue to say it'll get better. I fired him. Our system over here is we have both selectmen and the budget committee sitting together. So I will start with Pat, right behind you, if you don't mind.
When you said you were going to increase the hours of the, is it the part-timer?
Two part-timers, yes.
Are they
The
going to
children's-
full-time or just increase in hours?
Just an increase in hours. So our children's librarian, we would like to increase her, let's see, from 20 hours to 26, and our circulation clerk from 14 hours to 25.
That's the difference in the overage in the budget from last year.
That is part of it, yes. We have also had an increase in our utilities, and so that has played into it quite significantly. We have not increased our book budget or our periodical budget or our programming budget It's mainly in personnel and utilities.
That's it, thanks.
John Bossy,
No questions.
John Scanlon.
Is it, what, natural gas that you're heating with? Oh,
We heat with oil. We have looked into doing a conversion. We're just, it's taking a little time to figure out the ins and outs of it.
We had several people come in to give us quotes on conversion to natural gas, and they ranged anywhere, from about 3,000 to 30,000.
yeah.
So we're sorting through which of those makes sense before we proceed. And hopefully we'll have it in place for next year.
Is it about 8 years old, the boiler? No?
Boiler is quite a bit.
Is it 13? I remember. Is it?
The addition was completed in 2001.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I know.
Because I remember when it went in, did it get straightened out? Is it running
It's
somewhat
running fine now, today.
today?
Today
Never.
was too hot, so we struggled with a happy medium.
And I know with oil prices and that going down, you think you're going to be using more?
Are we using more oil?
No, you've got a higher budgeted amount.
Oh,
What?
I would say that we are using more. I think there's probably, I'm not entirely sure, but I think I keep it a little bit warmer than Mary may have. I don't know that for sure.
I know, who came up with the number for that?
Well, we lock in with the school, so
Yep.
whatever they
Oh,
lock
yeah.
in with, we lock in with.
Kathy's also correct. It includes furnace repairs, and that has been,
Well, let's see, we got
Oh, we have
2,000,
heating
we got
and-
2,000 for furnace repairs, and then we've got heating and that went up by $1,000, but, I mean, you never know what that's gonna be.
We're at 8,200 right now, so that we're just, I'm assuming.
You're at 8,500 for heating, and you're going to
No, we
93?
spent 8,200
You spent 82?
So far.
The first column.
to date.
Oh, okay, I was looking at the budget, you're pretty close to, that seemed like a pretty accurate number.
Yeah, you're right, it may be, because when we made out the budget, the oil prices are higher, so it could be a difference, but it seemed like if we only had $200 left, that maybe we should have a little more in that budget.
Right, natural gas is not up to issue.
Right,
Well, the heating oil went down,
right, but at the
But-
time I made out the budget,
yeah,
the heat oil had not gone down very much.
yeah.
And we had spent so that we only had $200 left, so it seemed, it's all a guessing game as far as the budget goes. But, the
And
amount.
the other thing was, the benefits went up by, what? There's a substantial increase in benefits, let's see. Oh, no? We don't. No, they went down. How did you do that?
Well, that's a guess too, because I don't know that we have the rates yet, but.
No, and health insurance and that? Yeah. Okay, did last year, Northfield paid the whole thing, right, too?
yes, they did, but we reduced our request.
By, what, 2,000, I think? Is it 20?
Yes. Yes, 2,500.
Yes, that's it. So,
Excellent. So that we're clear on the fuel oil, you set the price for the year, and you're locked in at that cost for the year? And it's, no?
The rate per gallon is that we purchase it through the school.
So, I'm sorry.
We purchase it through the school, so the rate per gallon is set.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So, even if the oil prices went down, you would still have the same cost per gallon throughout the year, based upon what the school is paid for out of their system.
Yeah, it's usually set in July.
They're locked in like we are at this
It goes
point.
July to July.
What's that?
It goes from July of this year till July of next year.
Right, so they're in the same process that we're locked into. I've seen expanded programming, which I really enjoy. Are there any thoughts of expanding hours for the library?
We've talked about doing a survey and possibly seeing what our patrons would use would like to see 4 other hours, but there hasn't been any talk of expanding those hours. We'd be just adjusting them. So
Okay.
we took like a couple hours from Monday morning and moved it to Saturday afternoon or something along those lines, but we haven't as yet.
That's where I'm thinking about either Saturday afternoon, or maybe 1 or 2 evenings, where folks will be able to go over till 8 o'clock at night, or whatever.
There are 2 evenings now where we're open until 8.
Okay.
Mondays and Thursdays. And we're careful about adding hours to the operation, because with that, we'd have to keep people on staff longer. And in some cases, it would push them up to the full-time level, at which time we would then we'd feel obliged to offer them benefits to go along with it. But keep the hours where they are now, so that we don't have to have the extra cost around the benefits.
All right. And I understand the balance, but as a consumer,
Yeah, I'd love to.
I'd love the library open till midnight. But that's another thing. I'm used to the university.
If you can get enough people to support paying for that,
Yeah, I know, that's, I absolutely.
We are open those 2 nights later, but Thursday night in particular is very quiet,
Yeah.
so it is less utilized than we would enjoy.
Okay. Last year, you did the outside of the buildings. You did a major, I guess they call it pointing and whatever those magic words are.
That was in 2011.
2012, 11 and 12, and it was a pointing and a ceiling.
Ceiling. Are there any major areas that you need to look at currently in regards to maintenance, repairs, or updating?
We have lights that we need to replace inside, and we're working with the electric company to give us a quote on replacing most of the canister lights with LEDs, that are longer lasting and cheaper to use, and they have a financing program that can offer that.
Okay.
We need to get back to them. We have a door or two that need replacing, some furniture that needs updating, cleaning, and potentially replacing. Other than that, and switching the boiler over to possibly to natural gas.
Right.
Nothing that we're looking at spending tens of thousands on right off the
Yeah,
bat.
because it is an older building. And with older building, the maintenance costs just come along with it.
We've been very lucky that it has.
Absolutely. The last question is, I've seen more of an interface with the schools. Schools have been utilizing library services more. At least that's what I'm seeing. Is that your perception of what's happening at this point in time?
I think so. We do a lot with Union Sanborn School. We always have all the classes come in and do a tour, and our children's librarian has been able to go over and do story walks with them, and get more involved in some of their programming, some of their activities. We did a night out program with the police department. I can't remember, that's not exactly what it was called, but it was,
Community night.
yes. So we did some face painting with booth and some outreach with books and things like that. And so there's that. And then Brittany does work pretty closely with the librarian at the high school. She doesn't do any set programming, but she's up there every week and kind of keeps in touch with what Marcia's doing at the high school, and then also checks in with the librarian at the middle school. Jackie?
Good. Thank you. Eric Pyra.
No, I have no questions, actually.
My board is shocked.
Great to see the trust accounts making some money again.
Absolutely. Pat Constantino.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at this top sheet and say, oh yeah, we can just, it's really redundant in some of the questions that we ask. But based on what Jen is saying, they're really increasing the number of services that they provide to Tilton because they're increasing the program. So that, they have remained the same all the way down. The prices in 2015 for Tilton residents are hours available, that would remain the same. But our part-time and full-time staff will increase.
I guess I hadn't thought of it like that, but you're correct.
You know, particularly, I'm concerned with the number of services provided in Tilton because that really should be increased, not remain the same, because then when our public, we have a public hearing, we would say, you increased your programs dramatically to now we'd like to have
Want to pass that around?
for the staff to accommodate the program. To make,
Is that something I should resubmit?
yeah,
We can change it. We'll change it.
I think it's fine.
Want us to change that?
We could
It's hard
just
to say, I
change it
mean-
on the paper.
And it's,
That's the number of services to increase?
Right.
because really our programming has increased. And, there's a natural fluctuation. You just saw the handout I gave you. It sometimes goes up and it sometimes goes down. But overall, we really have been doing a lot more.
Good.
What are the young adult programs? And it's like, 2011, there was only 3. Is that participants or programs?
I lost my little,
Well, how it goes is
I
programs and participants.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I buried it in my paperwork, but,
I see. Yep.
Jenna, do you need that?
3 programs, 26 participants.
so do you mean
Wow, okay, I got it.
3? It was just 3 programs overall. That's what Brittany did. And then when I started, I was like, woohoo, let's bring people in. And we try to do a lot of different things to bring people in. So Brittany's really working on providing more opportunities for the young adults. In November, it's too bad that we don't have those statistics here, because this month, with the exception of the book week, book sale week, she's having a program every day after school for the young adults, and they've put together a robot, and then they have create your own, and sometimes it's just a movie, but it's always something that gets them active and involved.
That's really good. It's important.
If you think of these things, we will accept an email, if you want to send it to Joanna, with any kind of supplemental data, and we'll attach them to the minutes of this meeting, so that data will get incorporated, even if you wait till the end of November.
Oh, okay, so
If you get that data to Joanna, we'll adapt, we'll take it into meeting, we'll put it on the minutes, so that becomes part of the public record, so that information will be out there, if you're comfortable with that.
Wait, one thing
Leif.
I want to point out, we do this with Northfield every year as well, is that one of the ways we've kept our book budget pretty well flat in the last 10 years is that we get some very high-quality donations from
Yes.
residents of both Tilton and Northfield. Dozens per month of books that are valued at $40 and $50 a piece that go into our collection that we don't have to purchase. And that, coupled with the volunteer hours that we get from residents of both towns, are things that help keep our budget
Well-
low, especially the books.
And that's reflected in that last column, donations. Those are just the donations that we've added to our collection. That's the number. That doesn't include the book sale books. That's, we weed out our collection, but we also sell those donations, and it helps offset that too. So it's a very good point.
Right, so a couple of key areas there are books on tape.
Yeah.
We have at least one resident, maybe 2, that always buy books on tape for themselves at $40, $50 a pop. And after they listen to it, they give it to us for nothing. So that's, each time, it's $50 we don't have to spend. Large print books are another item like that.
Excellent.
They're about
Older residents
$30.
will buy them for themselves, read them, and then as soon as they're done,
We even have one resident, I'm not sure of which town, but she donates probably 15 to 25 contemporary romance novels every month. So
Wow.
they're all donated, and it's a significant.
One question that Pat and I usually have are elderly services. Are you noticing that there's an increase in the elderly services to the library or from the library at this point in time?
Well, we have our homebound service, and we've put it out with the senior center. We've done our advertising, and we're trying to get word of mouth out and about it, but it doesn't seem to be utilized that well. But we do have 3 or 4 people who are visited every month by our 2 volunteers, Mel and Lucy, who take books out to our elderly patrons. And then we do have a large percentage of our patronage who's, that's a light way to put it, I guess, that really do come in and use our programs and our
Good.
services, our large print in particular. I've set a few people up with the state blind program. It's not just for blind people, it's also for people who have significant site issues, and so they can get books on tape for free, and we always make those connections.
I will let you know that feedback from some of the elderly is that they find the library to be warm, safe, and a good place to meet people. So really take that to heart. Pat?
I just wanted to mention to you, too, if you wanted to reach out back to the Tilton Senior Center, we have a new program director coming on board on November 17th, Cindy Clarnback.
Okay, that would be super.
Yeah, she'll be the first
We had the senior center's newsletter, and that doesn't seem to go too fast. Seems to be very popular.
Super.
What type of donations for books and that are ideal, if people were to donate? Sometimes,
I'm sorry, I missed the first part.
if people were to donate books, what type are you looking for?
Well, it's kind of hard. I've started selling items on Amazon, and so before I would say we don't want any nonfiction, but that nonfiction is really the seller on Amazon. That's where you can earn the most money. So at this point, the things that we don't want are anything that has red mold on it, which it's not always obvious. Sometimes it looks like dust, and anything that is damaged, anything that smells. Unfortunately, we have to immediately recycle things that come from households that are heavy smokers. But for the most part, we'll take anything. We do go through everything. Some things you have to be recycled, but for the most part, we either put it in the book sale or add it to the collection. I have also been fortunate enough to be able to donate some of our better quality donations to some other smaller libraries that don't have the budgets that we do. We send them on the van service that's done through the state, and then on occasion I'll make up book bags that can be donated to like the Winnipesaukee Trail auction. So to have other people see.
That was a good idea. A lot of people have that was a great idea.
Further questions from the Budget Committee or the Board of Selectmen? Jenna, any further comments or discussion?
Thanks.
Board of Trustees, any further comments or discussion?
If you haven't been in lately, please come in.
I'm going over there. I've been trying to get my voice back.
We see Wayne quite often.
Yes, absolutely. Eliza, thank you.
Monday nights
Can we-
are the best time if you want to see activity level.
Excellent. Oh, I've been over there Monday, right after school. I want to thank the Board of Trustees for coming in. This is a novelty. I love it. I wish more people would come in to support what they really believe in. And the Board of Trustees gives us that oomph that we need to really take a look at it. So I thank the library. Jenna, keep up the good work. Further questions for us? If not, go enjoy the evening.
Thank you kindly.
Okay, have a good evening. All righty. Shall we move on to the next item on our agenda? Discussion on Franklin Visiting Nurses, Child and Family Services. Are there any motions to be made?
I don't know if we want to wait. I'm comfortable with what they do in their budget and what they've submitted, but I don't know if we want to wait until Jane and...
Jane has said she supports both the Visiting Nurse Association and Child and Family Services. She gave me that phone call. So I'm comfortable with moving on.
Okay.
So if there's a motion.
Revisit it if they are. So I'll make a motion that we fund the Franklin visiting nurses at, and we got the number right there, $11,883.
I'll second that.
Second by Eric. Discussion. Hearing no discussion. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Child and Family Services.
Wait, was that Franklin the visiting nurses?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
visiting nurses.
All right, I just heard child and family
Yeah.
services.
Next one we need to talk about is Child and Family Services.
I make a motion that we fund Child and Family Services at $2,850.
I'll second that.
Okay. Motion by Eric, seconded by John. Bossy, we'll get the right Johns here. Discussion. Hearing no discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. On we go. Next item of business, budget breakdown by category request. John?
I gave everybody a form that Tim produced, and just kind of give you an overview of where the money goes to, by percentage. I don't know if it's just sort of one of those things that, FYI stuff, if anybody was interested. I also have, I think Eric has some information about past history. I have a spreadsheet that I get.
Yeah, I was interested in
Yeah,
that.
and I'll send that out this week.
Okay, good.
Just old archives that I've had, just kicked around.
Wasn't Janet had some questions on this
Yeah.
last week?
He asked them what they were answered right then and there.
I don't think the benefits thing was answered.
I think he asked why one department was zero, and it was answered by Tim.
Yeah, I think Tim responded.
Right.
Tim responded to him. Okay. And he was very comfortable with what he received. Eric, any discussion on material that you were able to locate?
That I was able to locate?
What the tax, was it around taxes? What John was saying.
No, I was looking for,
Just some archives.
I'm just looking for some historical information
Okay.
on, where we've budgeted and where things have come out, and, just because we never, we just go for 1 month, but it'd be nice to go back and just look for my own,
Okay.
looking back and go and see,
So at this point, you're comfortable?
yeah,
Okay.
just because,
To get the information for it, like,
Next time, right.
haven't seen the full budget for this year yet, so.
I mean, it was stuff he asked for in Old Town reports or anything?
it's like, I extrapolate all the information on the budget for each department
Tax rate
over,
looks like it.
like, back about 10 years, and just put the numbers, so you don't have to go through each report.
Good.
I'll bring them.
Other business. I have a couple pieces. One, you should have received an email today from Tim in regards to the financials. I would suggest you take a look at that. We'll discuss at our next meeting, the financial draft that he prepared. Is the committee okay with that?
Absolutely.
Just keep in mind, the email says it's September, but it's the actual, October.
Right.
I must have,
I got one right here.
was that the draft thing? Yeah, I get,
This is yours.
So please take a look at them. We'll discuss at our next meeting.
grab that from me.
Next meeting, we will discuss Hall Memorial Library in regards to funding. Joanna, who do we have on deck for next week? Do you know?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay.
Is next week our last meeting, then Thanksgiving?
That was the other question. Joanna, next week is our last meeting before the Thanksgiving break?
Yes.
We have the Recreation Council next week, maybe?
I think so. I think there are three,
Yeah, it's like 3
actually.
or 4, I think.
Okay. So be aware that that meeting may run a little longer. Okay, well, all three of them, but we'll get through them. With the financials, take a quick look at them. Any other business for the Budget Committee at this point in time? Hearing none, Chair will entertain a motion for adjournment.
I'll make a motion for adjournment.
I'll second it.
Being non-debatable, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, no. And Pat, you'll turn the camera off?
That in the